Welcome to my round 1 playoff game of the PDL. This week, the Chicago Grookies are taking on Drew, coach of the Long Island Lucarios. Somehow I made it to playoffs in the last spot in my division. Both divisions now have gotten combined, so there's a total of 16 coaches playing for the champion spot of Season 4, which means I'm going to have to make it through 4 total rounds of fights if I want to be victorious in this. But first, we have to get through Drew, who has a very threatening team, so let's take a look at that. His team consists of Manaphy, Weavile, Jirachi, Gliscor, Mega Ampharos, Volcanion, Tangrowth, Aromatisse, Hitmontop, Regigigas, and Nidoking. This team's absolutely terrifying. Last week I got destroyed by a Volcanion in my division, as well as he has some very threatening Pokemon like Weavile, his own Gliscor, and Tangrowth, which shut down my team pretty well. I put a lot of prep into this, and I'm bringing some pretty heat sets, so I'm hoping that I can catch my opponent off guard with at least one of those sets. You'll see here in just a second. First up, we're bringing Mega Lopunny, who ended up being the Yveltal Division kill leader. He went 15-7 in the 9 regular games I brought it. So I brought it to every single regular game I played throughout the season, and that's not going to stop here in playoffs. Running a pretty typical set: Fake Out, Return, Ice Punch, Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch still KO'd the Weavile no matter what, so I did not see a reason to want to risk High Jump Kick or use Drain Punch. With the Power Up Punch +1, Return rips through his team. Things like the Tangrowth, even if it's Fizdev, have a hard time taking those hits. And then Ice Punch is there for the Gliscor. Next up, we have Shukaberry and Empoleon. This is to take an Earthquake, whether it be from Gliscor, Tangrowth, Hitmontop, Nidoking, any of those. We have enough defense to take a +2 Adamant EQ from Gliscor, and then I put the rest into special defense just to be able to take hits from Volcanion or Nidoking or things like that. Outside of Stealth Rock, we have Toxic, so maybe I can get a poison on that Volcanion or that Tangrowth. Scald just to do some damage, maybe get a burn on the Gliscor before its Toxic Orb activates, and then Roars to switch out things that set up, maybe like Manaphy, because we do tank those hits pretty well. Rockin' Choice Scarf Chandelure. Really only needed Flamethrower and Shadow Ball this week. Nothing else seemed too important, especially on a Choice Scarf set. I could have put Energy Ball for things like Manaphy, but then Tangrowth comes in, so Flamethrower and Shadow Ball just worked best. Will-O-Wisp is if I want to catch something off guard, again like the Gliscor, maybe burn that before I can get a Toxic Orb, or even just the Weavile. And then Trick is so that maybe like a Aromatisse can't set up Calm Minds on me, or in case the Jirachi starts to do that as well. Now this is the heat set that I'm super excited to bring. I'm bringing Choice Specs Forretress with max special attack Modest. Now the reason behind this is it catches Tangrowth and Gliscor off guard very well. Signal Beam can actually KO Tangrowth if it's Fizdev, which I'm really expecting it to be to handle Mega Lopunny. And then as long as that Gliscor is only max HP, if it has any special defense I don't, but Hidden Power Ice will take that out. And I'm really just going for like catching him off guard with this. There's no reason he should expect this at all. And I would assume Tangrowth would be a pretty safe switch into this. So I really hope that I can catch him off guard and get a really big advantage using this Forretress set this week. Bringing Gliscor, Sub-Toxic Protect, Ice Fang. This does very well. There's only 3 Pokemon on his team that actually can come in on this. 1 being Jirachi, 2 being Gliscor, and 3 being Nidoking, at least for the Toxic side. Ice Fang is there because of Gliscor and Nidoking. Jirachi is just something that this Gliscor cannot handle, but I think the rest of my team is able to deal with decently well. I am a bit nervous of it though, I won't lie to you, but Jirachi just overall is a very hard Pokemon for my team to deal with. And last but not least, we have Assault Vest Electros to help with that Volcanion, because that thing ripped my team apart last week, as well as Nidoking, because that thing's pretty scary. Rockin' Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Hidden Power Ice, and U-Turn. But yeah, this could be our last PDL battle for this season. Just depends how this goes. I really want to win this because I've had so much fun playing in Gen 6. I want to give a huge shout out to Orange for helping me prep, and then It's Just Matt for helping me with mocks. Really appreciate it. Helps me out a ton. And yeah, if you enjoy it, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the battle. So my opponent brings Tangrowth, Nidoking, Weavile, Jirachi, Aromatisse, and Volcanion. Really thankful to see no Gliscor here. That makes my life a lot easier going into this battle. I kind of want to lead Empoleon right away because they have no way to remove Stealth Rocks, so getting those up would be absolutely fantastic just to be doing some residual damage on that Volcanion and that Weavile throughout the battle. And there's also no Manaphy, so I don't have to worry about trying to roar that out with Empoleon, so I think leading that and getting my Stealth Rocks up here is the most value for this battle. So we're going to do that. As they lead Nidoking, I have a Shukaberry, so I can take an Earth Power from this thing, and I can get my Stealth Rocks up. Yeah, we're just going to get our Stealth Rocks up here. If they go for Earth Power and pop my Shuka, I can just go out into Electros right after. So they do that, and that's looking to be like some just Life Orb timid damage, nothing too crazy there. All right, I'm going to go Electros on this. We can take 2 Sludge Waves from it. Goes for Flamethrower, that's totally fine. And now Hidden Power Ice does 2 at KO this year, so we're going to let one of those off here. They could go out into maybe Aromatisse. I could see being like their special tank on this team. Maybe even Jirachi. But at least I have the Stealth Rocks up on the field, so now I'm going to be pressuring his team for most of the game, especially the Weavile and Volcanion. Those are the 2 that I'm most scared of. All right, they go for Sludge Wave, so we take one of those, and we do take them down to half health, and I'm willing to let Electros go down here. There's no point in me trying to save it here, so we're just going to go for a Hidden Power Ice and potentially go down here, which, yep, they take us down, so that's totally fine. I can either go out into Lopunny here and get my Mega off, or I can go out into Chandelure here. Mega Lopunny just seems to be the safer play. I outspeed this. I've seen him switch moves, so a Return will just knock him out here. Not what I meant to click there. Yeah, Return will just knock him out. So we're just going to Mega Evolve here and go for Return. I'm assuming this is going to be a Rocky Helmet Tangrowth. Yep, full Fizz Dev with a Rocky Helmet there. I want to get Forretress in here, but I don't want to like hard go into it, so I'm going to pivot through Empoleon here, because Empoleon, it still isn't like useless, but it's not as useful without Manaphy being here, and we got our Stealth Rocks up, so I'm willing to switch him in here. We just take a knockoff, which is totally fine, and now I can throw off a Toxic here and get something poisoned here, which is going to be the Aromatisse, which I'm totally cool with. And now I'm just going to roar stuff out and just start getting damage with Stealth Rocks in case this thing wants to Calm Mind. Just sets up a Wish. Ooh, we drag Weavile out. That's perfect. We get some Stealth Rock damage on this. Knockoff from Choice Band doesn't even guarantee kill either. So I'm going to go for a Scald here in case they try to stay in. They might have Low Kick as well, but there's no reason for me to try to switch out and let my team take damage when I wanted this Empoleon to go down anyways. All right, Nidoking comes out, and we are actually going to take this out with a Scald here. So this is perfect. That Wish will not get past to anything. And now Nidoking's gone. That thing was kind of a threat. It does some good damage to my team. All right, Volcanion comes out here. I'm going to Toxic this on the off chance that I'm faster, which I didn't think I would be, and I was fine with that going down here. Now I have to decide what does like the most damage to this thing, because this thing is a problem, just like it's been every other week that I've seen it, which I mean that was just last week, but yeah, Volcanion is such a threat to my team. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna go Mega Lopunny here and Fake Out into Return. Looks like it has a chance to kill. It's going to depend on if this thing has any HP investment or anything, because I don't know anything about this the set on this Volcanion at the moment, so we'll find out here. All right, we just see Jirachi come out. I'm gonna go out into Chandelure here on this. This is my switch into this. I'm kind of scared of this being a Calm Mindset, but I'm thinking it's gonna be Scarf. Unless it didn't show leftovers. So it's probably not a Calm Mindset. All right, they just U-turn here. That is fine. Let's see what comes out here. I would love to see that Volcanion hit the field. Just rip it apart with Shadow Ball here. Part of me is wanting to say this is like Assault Vest because of the way that it just came out so quickly, but I also just don't KO with Shadow Ball. If they're offensive, I do. I don't have a switch into this Volcanion otherwise, so I'm just gonna go for the Shadow Ball, and we do knock it out. Awesome. Okay, so they weren't HP investment, they were offensive. That's awesome. That allows Weavile to come out now, and they probably Pursuit, if I had to guess here. I'm not just going to try to switch this out. Oh, this is a problem though, because that freaking Jirachi. I struggle with that Jirachi if I let this go down. So I'm gonna attempt to switch out. They Pursuit trap me. I see why they did that. That makes total sense to me. So I'm going to go Forretress here, and I'm just going to let off a Signal Beam. I think that should... Yeah, that knocks out Tangrowth as to where Flash Cannon doesn't. So I'm going to go for Signal Beam here. I think Tangrowth comes out here 100% on like a Gyro Ball or something. Aromatisse wouldn't want to come out in case I have like Iron Head. Okay, Tangrowth comes out, and we're going to knock this out here with a Signal Beam. Let's fucking go. Choice Specs Forretress coming in, doing some damage. That is literally what I needed this Forretress to do. That is awesome. All right, Jirachi comes out here, and Signal Beam actually does about 30% to this if it's max HP, and I'm quite scared of this Jirachi. I'm not going to lie to you. So any chip damage is good. I'm going to go for that. They give me a Choice Scarf. That's totally fine, because now you're Choice Specs. Not that I'm going to be like faster than anything here, but I find it kind of funny. I can see them switching out here into Aromatisse because they're locked into Trick, I believe. So I don't want to Signal Beam again. And I don't see them going out into Weavile on this. Like, Aromatisse just makes sense, so I'm going to go Gliscor here. They Trick again. So that's kind of annoying for my Gliss score here. I should have stayed in. I didn't think they would trick again, though. I think I'm going to sub up here, because if Aromatisse comes out, then I can kind of like stall that with Toxic. Oh, that was rough. I did not want my... I didn't think they would trick twice. I really didn't. I'm going to go back out into Forretress here. They U-turn out, and let's see what they go into. They just go out into Aromatisse here, so I'm going to let Flash Cannon come off here, and that will do... It'll 2-hit KO this thing. With the Toxic. Oh, we get a Spit F drop. All right, perfect. They might go for a Protect here, but they could also pass it over to Jirachi or Weavile, but I can't really stop them from at least passing it to Jirachi. There's nothing I can do. I'm just going to Flash Cannon again, get some damage off, but this Jirachi is going to be a problem since it, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get rid of this thing. All right, I'm going to go back out into Gliss score because I need to reset my choice Scarf on the Forretress here. They're going to go out into Weavile. I'm going to just Protect once to see what they're going to go for. I have no reason not to. Get a little Scout as they go for the Icicle Crash. All right, so we're just going to go out into Forretress here. And let's find out what kind of set this is. Is that Choice Banded or what? So that seems to be Adamant Choice Band Weavile from what I can tell. I'm going to Volt Switch out here. Come on, don't flinch me. Don't flinch me. Perfect. Oh, we don't knock him out, though. That's actually fine because I can go into Mega Lopunny here and get a free power-up punch off now. And that's going to put me in a really decent position here. Jirachi comes out, and that power-up punch does a decent amount. 20% is not bad at all. I thought it would do a bit less, honestly. Weavile dies to Stealth Rocks, and so that's just Aromatisse in this Jirachi. Aromatisse is Toxic. I think I can risk going for another power-up punch against this Jirachi here. Actually, it looks like Return does a bit more. All right, we're just going to go for a Return here. I don't know what kind of set this is, if it even has Zen. Okay, it has Zen Headbutt, but we live that hit, and I think that might be GG here. I think we might win with Mega Lopunny, unless they have, like, Fake Out or something, but I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's GG. Wow. Mega Lopunny winning us this game. That was very, very nerve-wracking. Oh my goodness, I didn't think I was going to bring that out. This Jirachi was just such a threat. That HP investment on Mega Lopunny mattered. I mean, that is crazy. If you ever need a reason to run just random HP investment into Speed Creep, let this be a moment, because my Mega Lopunny lived on 1 HP, which is just insane. GG to Drew. Big congrats. I mean, you deserved to make it this far. And honestly, I think you deserved to beat me, in all honesty. Your team was just very, very well constructed. I think the Forretress just kind of caught you off guard a little bit, as, I mean, I think it would have caught everyone off guard. No one expects Choice Specs Forretress to come out here, but yeah, GG's. We're going to be moving on to the semifinals. I'm super, super excited. Once again, Drew, GG's. You were a great opponent. And yeah, if you enjoy, drop a like, and I will see you guys all later. Peace.